So you just stole, what the fuck? You just stole the idea from someone else? That's what he's advertising? Wait, what the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, the 45th and 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Dude, the US is such a joke. We'd be playing this shit as we're putting people in fucking concentration camps. We'll be at the point where we're arresting half the population because they're dissenters against our God King Emperor and saying this and be like, but at least I'm free. It'll be playing on the loudspeakers at concentration camps. Yep. Dude, I hate wild hogs so bad. I hate them. USA! USA! Yeah! I love America! America! Yeah! Fucking hogs, dude. Ah! Pride in every American's heart? Pride? Dude, why does Trump stand like that? I'm back. I had to vomit real quick. Sorry. You can just bill me. My bad.
Wow. Thank you, Lee. He's easy. Isn't he great? That's such a great opening. Well,
No.
you too. We got a lot of people here. We got a lot of great people here. Thank you very much, and thank you for allowing me to win this state by so much. It was, I wouldn't say the competition was the toughest, but it was competition nevertheless, and we appreciate it very much. And we're going to be talking about no tax on tips. We're also talking about the fact that everybody is looking at their tax return. They're getting tremendous amounts of money back, much more than they thought. But it's great to be back in a place I love, Las Vegas. Did a lot of business here. We had great
I haven't seen anything about that. Okay, so that's a fucking lie.
Success here. Before politics, it was fantastic. And this is the birthplace of a little idea known as no tax on tips. This is the birthplace.
I don't even have to fact check that to know that that's not true.
A young waitress came up to me during dinner and she said, "Sir, we should have no tax on tips." I said, "What?" Say it again. "We should have no tax on tips." I said, "That's the greatest thing I've ever heard."
So you just stole, what the fuck? You just stole the idea from someone else? That's what he's advertising? Wait, what the fuck? What in the streamer? Stealing chatter messages for Valor? What the hell?
I walked outside to the fake news media. I say, "Ladies and gentlemen, there will be no tax on tips." That was it. It was not an expensive consultant. Las Vegas is the home of the largest concentration of tipped workers anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, actually. And thanks to our tax cuts this week, thousands of Nevada waiters, waitresses, casino dealers, bartenders, bellmen, barbers, caddies. So I love those caddies. They're very good if you have the right caddy. And valets receive the biggest tax refunds of their entire lives, and you see it. And I just want to say you're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, I'm going to say something brave. Most of the people I knew who worked jobs where you would get tips appreciated the cash tips, and in places where the tips were not pooled and it was like individual to individual, they were definitely not paying taxes before. So I'm going to be honest, I think those people aren't really recognizing any difference at all. If I could be real. Of course, I don't think you should do that. You should not do that. You should always, always pay every tax for every dollar you've ever made, ever. All right? You always report them.
No, it's all over. There's so many, even in the fake news.
By the way, I'm a Vegas local. All the news stations have been reporting on how people are getting lower refunds than before. Well, the thing is, Vegas is kind of like dying. Which sucks if you live in Vegas. Sorry for laughing at the fact that this country's going to shit. But it kind of always was, not like a tourist trap, because that implies something different, but it's like, it's just a city made to like literally squeeze you dry and empty your wallet as much as possible. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And like the last time I went, oh my God, it was it was like a normal plate of food, like a burrito or whatever. It was like 30 or like $40. I was like, what the fuck? This is like some random shithole hole in the wall. Why the fuck is this $40? What the fuck? Don't even get me started on drinks. You literally don't buy drinks in Vegas. Just don't even bother, or you will like go into debt. The strip is all owned by the same company or companies, so they all have been raising prices at once. And then as people go to Vegas less, they have to raise prices even more so that they can run any profit at all. Muggle drinks like the theaters. No, but like actually, I'm sorry, dude. What the fuck? I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah. So it doesn't matter if you remove tax on tips. The reality is people are not making any money because no one's going there because people's quality of life is going down and people's spending money is going down. If people can't go to Vegas because they're too poor to go to Vegas, it doesn't matter if you stop taxing tips. If they're not getting any tips to begin with because no one's going there.
Is where they have these different. You always want to watch the enemy a little bit. You don't want to watch too much. You want to.
Tax on tips exploit is for retailers, stock traders, bank investment bankers, etc., because their wages are supplemented as tips under the table. Well, from my understanding, that's not even necessarily the case. It's the no tax on tips is a temporary tax policy that was tied to legislation that introduced tax cuts for the ultra wealthy that would be permanent. So it's here, we'll stop taxing this for like right now, for like a couple years, but we're getting this permanent tax cut for the super wealthy.
Find out where they're coming from, and they come from dark places. But even there, people are saying, wow, this is really amazing. It's a great, big, beautiful bill. It came in, and, we should call it the great, big, beautiful tax cut bill, because that's really what it is. Other things also, but regulations. But it's really, the tax cuts are enormous. So it's just such an honor. I want to thank Secretary of Treasury Scott Bessent for joining us. Scott. He's become a big star. He walks down the street and the people are screaming, Scott, Scott, can we have your autograph? I mean, what I did, I created a monster. He's a monster.
Was it usually followed by, you're a sack of shit? Scott, you're a sack of shit.
Now, that's terrible, but he's doing a great job. Along with Senator, look at Tommy. Where's Tommy Tuberville? Where's Tommy Tuberville? Tommy, the great Tommy Tuberville, Senator from Alabama. Thank you, Tommy. Nevada Lieutenant Governor Stavros Anthony. Thank you, Stavros. Clark County Commissioner April Becker.
Why did they hold hands?
April. Thank you, April. Thank you very much. State Senator Carrie Buck. Thank you.
You know why.
Thank you, Carrie. Assemblywoman Lisa Cole. Lisa, thank you. We have a lot of power here today, huh? This is big stuff. And many others. We have a lot of people out there. I better not name them all because,
I'm sure it was a stylistic choice to make Trump stand out from the rest of the group, but the fact that they're so far from him makes him look like a plague demon.
And all these, look at all the television back there. Isn't that terrible? So much. Last summer, thanks to our Republican majorities in the House and Senate, I signed the great...
It's the poop smells.
big, beautiful bill, the largest tax cuts and many other things for working families in the history of our country. It was actually, we added about 19 different bills. We were going to do one at a time or maybe two or three, but I said, let's just do them all at one time. And thank goodness we did, because the Republicans are out there fighting hard for a lot of good things, like no men and women's sports, like no open borders. We have the safest border we've ever had. We have the safest communities. We have the best records. One thing that's always tough to say, because it sounds sort of weird, but we have the least number of murders that we've had in 125 years.
Do I have to pull up the chart that shows that violent crime has gone down drastically decade over decade for the past century? Can't take credit for a pre-existing pattern. The only time it spiked up was during COVID because I know, shocking, your material conditions not being met will cause you to commit crime.
All the way back to 1900. Doesn't sound nice. There's no nice way of saying that, but it's back to 1900. But every single American at every...
This dumb fuck is very obviously not okay. Don't you guys have laws or something to kick him out if he's lost his marbles? Yeah, but you're expecting Congress people to do anything? And what are you, an idiot? You think you think that, let me get this straight. You think the public servants should be serving the public? Are you a moron or something? I don't understand. You just blow in from fucking stupid town or something? I don't get it.
Income level is more money in their pockets this week because of the Republican tax policies. And we got to win the midterms. If we don't, these policies are going to be taken away from you. The taxes are going to go through the roof. Look at these. Look at the states, these blue states, what is going on there with taxes. Look at what happened in Virginia. A person, we had a good governor there, and somebody got elected that she's gone crazy. She's gone totally crazy. Look at New York. I mean, he's a nice guy. Calls me all the time, says hi.
He calls me all the time, huh?
But his policies are no good. He's chasing people out and causing a lot of...
He's talking about the pied-à-terre tax on luxury luxury homes, like rich people who buy second, third, fourth homes and don't get taxed at all, despite never living there. Denims, what's it like for you and your simps today? Eating shit, Denims. You good, man? So this is a Wendy's. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a Petatrol viewer. They want to eat poop every day. Sorry. I apologize. Please continue poop eating. My apologies. I know. It's honestly, the kink shaming has gone too far. I agree. We shouldn't be kink shaming like that. I'm sorry. Okay. Do as much of that as you want. We don't do that here. Yeah.
Harm to everybody. I mean, everybody's taxes are going through the roof. After 4 long years of brutal inflation under Biden and congressional Democrats, you deserve every single penny that you're getting now because you had to suffer. You suffered. We had the highest inflation in the history of our country under Biden. Sleepy Joe. He's the worst president we've ever had by far. Average refund. The average refunds this season's over $4,000. And here in Las Vegas, many workers have reported refunds of $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 or more, and they've never had anything. It's all from no tax on tips alone. So
that's not even true. What the fuck?
And then don't forget, you have no tax on Social Security for our seniors. A lot of seniors out there. And you have no tax on overtime. You know, this state covers them all. You have the seniors, you have the overtime, but you have no tax on overtime. You have no tax on tips, and you have no tax, think of it, Social Security. So those 3 things. And, you know, one other thing.
Dude, I literally paid more in taxes this year than ever, so this motherfucker is objectively wrong. That's not true.
Thing that we have that nobody talks about.
True.
But we've done a lot. In the bill, if you have a small business or if you have a farm, you have no inheritance tax. You have no death tax. It's a big thing. You know, people go out and they would borrow.
So, really quick question for the meritocracy capitalist shills. Why no inheritance tax? If you can make if everyone's worth is determined by how much money and how much capital they accumulate, and you did it completely on your own with no help, then why are you giving children help?
Money, especially the farmers. I mean, they go out and they leave their farm, and the farmer is valuable, but not a lot of cash. They live good. They wouldn't trade anytime. And they go out and they get a bill for taxes for the farm. The parents leave the farm to the children. The children go to the bank. They borrow a lot of money. They mortgage up the farm, and they end up losing the farm. They go bankrupt. They commit suicide in many. It's a horrible thing that went on. You have no death taxes now. You have no inheritance taxes. And seeing his take-home pay skyrocket, a bellman at the nearby Paris hotel reportedly said words that no one has ever uttered before. God bless the IRS. Can you believe it? I've never heard.
I like how there haven't been any fundamental changes to the IRS that have actually benefited the American population under Trump. And we went from Biden just hired 80,000 people to come after you and arrest you in your home. They're only coming after you as a way to come after me. And now we're saying the IRS is the best. Okay.
I've never heard that before. We have to patent that. We have to do something. Earlier this week at the White House, I met a wonderful woman named Sharon Simmons, a grandmother driving DoorDash to help support her husband's cancer treatment. She's got serious cancer. He's going to be okay, I think. Sharon delivered McDonald's to the Oval Office. It was a little bit of a, to be honest, it was a little tacky. They come up with these crazy ideas like McDonald's, although that was the biggest ever on Google. They say #1 ever. And the garbage truck. I mean, we do these things in politics. They're a little embarrassing. They're a little tiny embarrassing, but we do them, and you win by landslides. It's one of the. So we got to keep doing them. No, we got to knock on the Oval Office door. This did not happen. That's the first maybe in the history of the Oval Office. And it was a very beautiful woman standing there with 2 big bags of McDonald's hamburgers. And I say, is this really believable? But the point of it was she made $11,000 that she had no idea was coming. And it was really great. It turned out to be really great. So as part of our tax cuts, we also included no.
Famously, $11,000 it's one cancer treatment, Michael. How much could it cost? $11,000. Heartwarming. 70-year-old woman is door dashing McDonald's for the president. And she didn't get taxed on her tip. How much did he tip her? Nothing, but she didn't get taxed on that. And if he had given her something, she wouldn't have gotten taxed by that either. Or she wouldn't have gotten that taxed either. All right. That's amazing. Heartwarming story. Woman pays for cancer treatment by door dashing for McDonald's.
Tax on overtime. And, one of the things, though, that I think is so great.
Also, she actually said that she made $11,000 in tips last year, not that she saved $11,000. He did tip her $100 after she reminded him. Being a literal billionaire and then hearing someone say, I'm trying to pay for my cancer treatment, and then tipping $100 is incredible. That's amazing. If you're gonna make up a fake heartwarming story, why in the story would you say you only tipped her $100? What the fuck? If you're gonna make up this stupid propaganda story, at least drop a K on her. What the hell? Wasn't she the same fake actor they used before in some other scam? The press had to remind him, by the way, asking, does the White House tip well? Not to mention he could cover it, and Barron could make it back on Polymarket the next day by betting on his dad saying Allahu Akbar. Stop.
We have something that's never happened before. It was an idea that I thought up. I went to Scott. I went to some of our people. So when rich people do something, they always look for deductions, right? It's always deductions. They have deductions and everything. And middle class and middle income people, poorer people, they don't think in terms of deductions. So I said, you buy a car that's American made, give a deduction on the interest you pay on the loan that you use to buy the car. And everyone said, oh, that's good. It sounds simple, but it's never been done before. And you have that too. So when you go out and you take a loan on your car, you deduct the interest. It's a big deal for people. Never happened before. You would think it was sort of basic. I thought it was so brilliant when I thought it. But the truth is, it never happened before. And nobody mentions it, but it's a very big factor. And it's having a huge impact on our car companies, which are expanding like never before. We're selling more cars now. A lot of it has to do with tariffs. You pay no tariffs if you come here. If you don't come here, you pay a lot of tariffs. And we're raising those tariffs very soon. Not on you, it's on people from the outside that don't build their plants here. We have now hundreds of billions. We have actually $18 trillion being invested in the United States because of a lot of reasons, but because of tariffs. Because of tariffs. If they sell their product into our country, they have to pay tariffs. If they make that same product here, they don't. So they're coming in, I'll tell you.
Guys, we'll just make the bananas and the coffee here. This again. We're back to this again. Okay.
Pharmaceutical companies are coming in at levels that nobody's ever seen. We're having our drugs made here, our prescription drugs are being made here, which is something that's very important. So our tax cut for overtime workers have already been claimed by more than 26 million Americans, and America's finally had the president, the kind of president who believes in them. I believe in rewarding you for the great work you've done, the great job you've done, and for having to suffer for 4 years of embarrassment. Our country was an embarrassment. Our country, a year ago, our country was an embarrassment, and all over the world they laughed at us, and they don't laugh anymore. They are not laughing. They're not laughing anymore. I don't think anybody.
Thankfully, no one is laughing now, right, guys? Ha ha ha. Ha.
Just ask those. I don't want to be a wise guy. I don't want to speak too soon, but we do very well. You notice that we're doing very well. And I will say the war in Iran is going along swimmingly. We can do whatever we want. And it should be ending pretty soon. It was perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It was the power we have, our military. We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world. I built it 4 years, my first 4 years. And we're still building it. We're building it. We have the best military. We have the best equipment in the world, the best rockets and anti-rockets. You know, if you look at the way we shoot, you know, we had 111 rockets shot at one of our ships. I won't name the ship, but it was a beauty.
By the way, inflation would have gone back down to pre-COVID rates if the tariffs were never implemented. That sounds like woke propaganda.
And out of the 111 rockets shot, all 111 rockets, and these things move at about 3,000 miles an hour. You know, it's not like, oh, gee, we have plenty of time to think about it. Every single one of them, 111, were all shot down. Think of that. Shot down. They're laying at the bottom of the sea. So needless to say, it was a ship that they were shooting at. But we've had it. We had 101. We had 101, and then 2 days later, we had 111. Every one of them was hit. That's the equipment that we have is incredible. There's never been anything like it. So in addition to no tax on Social Security, over 51 million seniors now pay. Seniors are loving me, and I love them. Of course.
You are a senior.
Of course, I'm not a senior, so I cater to the seniors, but I don't happen to be a senior myself. Thank you very much. Over 51 million seniors now pay zero federal tax on Social Security income. 51.
I guess if you consider him to be a corpse, that makes sense, I guess.
And they never saw that happening. And when I went to him and I said, how much would it cost for about 50 to 60 million seniors not to pay tax? He said, sir, are you kidding? This was Scott. I said, let's do it. Go ahead. And you know what's happened? The economy is doing so well. By the way, we had to do a little journey down to Iran. And I didn't want to do that, but we had to because we can't let them have a nuclear weapon. Can't let them have a nuclear weapon. And, you know, we just hit 50,000 on the Dow. I don't know if you people know what that means. 50,000 on the Dow is unthinkable. They said at the end of his fourth year, maybe, but more likely fifth or sixth year. My fifth or sixth year, that sounds good too. But remember, you know, the hat says 4 more years? It drives the Democrats crazy. It drives them 4 more years, 4 more years. I have to laugh at that one.
It drives the Democrats crazy that a president would try and get a third term. That's
There you go.
yep, electing a god emperor king to own the libs. Just to own the libs.
Go crazy. What a bunch of lunatics they are. You know, we want to get along and we're bipartisan, but after a while you say these people, they're just, they don't want to pay our ICE agents. They don't want to pay our security people. They don't want to take care of our border. They want to have open borders for everybody. They want to have men playing in women's sports. Think of it, men playing in women's sports. It's got to be a 95-5. Maybe it's a 99-1 issue. And I saw a guy today on television, a Democrat that I know. He's trying to justify men playing in women's sports. He's trying to justify open borders. No, we can't let them back in. They'll destroy the country. They'll destroy our country. But millions of retirees like those here in Nevada, and it's a very important word, Nevada. Don't ever say the other way. I'm not going to say it because they'll say it. I won't say it the other way because they'll put it, he said, you lose the whole state.
Personally, I would say the American people, when they are looking at their grocery bills and they're looking at their taxes and they're looking at their mortgage and they're looking at the gas prices and they're looking at the kitchen table issues, highest on that list is text notes. Men in women's sports. Something that's impacting every single American every single day. I know it is for me. Every morning when I'm going to go make myself girl breakfast, I'm like, you know what's really ruining my day? Men and women's sports. If only we can do something about that. Are we serious? Are we actually serious?
Yeah, I don't know.
My wife left me for men playing in women's sports. That's not funny, Denims. I can't afford eggs for breakfast because of these damn men in women's sports. You don't understand, Denims. If Riley Gaines didn't have to swim against a trans woman, she would have gone from 5th place to 5th place. So true.
That's pretty good the other way, to be honest with you.
By the way, the funniest thing about that is I know it's just been like that horse has been beaten to death brutally, but you don't even win a medal there, man. I understand if you were third, you're like, well, give me the bronze, man. Come on. I kind of understand that because it's okay, well, technically, the first top 3, okay, but it's 5th place. It's 5th place, girl. What the fuck? Grow up.
Some people, but Nevada is beautiful, and seeing an average deduction over $7,500 this year, which is incredible. The great big beautiful bill is filled with tax cuts Americans are only just beginning to discover. So the tax cuts turned out to be larger than anybody thought, even us. I mean, we didn't think it was going to be as much, but people are getting much more. It's come from that. And the Democrats don't know what to do because they used to ridicule it, the great big beautiful bill. And now they're saying, don't mention the words. Just don't talk about it because it's been great. But we got to keep it. We have to win the midterms. We virtually eliminated the so-called, so many taxes. We have 19 different taxes in all different forms that we eliminated. And we dramatically expanded a thing called school choice, which is a big deal, We made homeschool expenditures, the homeschoolers. Do we have any homeschoolers here? Right? Very good. Congratulations. Homeschool expenditures.
The homeschoolers are like, what did you say? I was listening. Huh? What did you say? Yeah.
Is tax deductible. We created the brand new Trump accounts with Michael and Susan Dell.
If they could speak English, they'd be very angry you said that. Denims, what's your opinion on no tax on Kirks? I think Kirks should be free. I'll go further. Oh my God, dude. I'm sorry. Also, my most not woke take. My most controversial take is that if you don't have a good reason for homeschooling your kid, you shouldn't be homeschooling them. And basically, the only really good reason is if your kid is like immunocompromised. You should not be homeschooling. And especially if you are not a teacher. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I don't care what your field is. Teaching is a very specific skill, and you don't have the ability to teach every subject just because you have a job in one specific field. I think that there are probably teachers that could be pretty good homeschooling, that could do pretty good homeschooling for their own kids. But if you're not like a professor or something, like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Well, I could teach them better than they could teach my kids. No, I don't think so. Also, you got to give props when props are due. School choice is important. If one school offers no lunch, second school has no working toilets, third has school shootings every day. As a parent, the choice is important. Stop. But Denims, how am I supposed to indoctrinate my children if I don't homeschool them? True. Thought your most controversial take was being a tank main in Overwatch. No, that's just my most base take.
The Dell family, they're great. What a great family. But he put up $6.25 billion. Namely, he did a good job in life. He's putting up more. He came to me with the idea with some of his friends. His wife is fantastic, by the way. And he said, you know, these accounts where children will grow up, and by the time they're 18 or 20 or 21, they could have $100,000. I mean, they may be poor, they'll have $100,000. What a big difference. So I just want to thank the Dell family. It's great. You know, buy their computer. I said, how did you get so rich by doing computers? He said, well, you know, in college, I was good at computers. I'd just sit on my bed, I'd make computers, and people would buy them, and he never stopped. He never stopped. Sort of an amazing story, if you want to know the truth. But we have a $1,000 contribution for every newborn child. Think of that. 5 million have already been opened. It's been incredible. People are going out there doing it. Some are buying it from many other children. Some are taking some richer people are taking lots of people under their wing. We have one man that took the state of Ohio, and he's obviously pretty rich, and he's made the contribution on behalf of so many children. It's really turned out to be amazing, actually. And we made interest on new car loans deductible, which I told you it's a big deal. I think it's really something, but only if it's made here, and that's only if it's made in America, and we're proud to see it being made in America. You know, we used to have, when I was growing up, it would say, everything made in America. It meant it was better. And then over the years, it disappeared. We brought it back.
Okay, Grandpa. Okay. All right, Grandpa. Someone take Grandpa to bed. Someone get his meds. He's going back and on about how when something was made in America, it was great. Let's get you back to bed.
And we make great products now. Today, when you see made in America, you know, it's, generally speaking, I think it's a better product. This tax season,
I'm going to be honest, this wasn't even ever super true because it was still like when something said that it was made in Germany or it was made in Japan, it still had kind of a better sheen than something made in America. Even at like America's best in manufacturing, I feel like the products that had the best sheen on them were Japanese and German products.
over 1 million Americans already deducted their auto loans and their auto interest. Think of that. And they're saving a write-off. They're having a write-off of
Swiss.
over $2,000.
Swiss is true. Swiss.
Sometimes much more. And you get a full write-off. It's pretty amazing. Together, these brand new cuts and deductions in the Republican bill have been claimed by nearly half of all tax filers. So in one form or another, more than 50% have taken advantage of the things that we put into the bill. By the way, we have a lot of other things other than that. We have incentives. We have the expensing for businesses, and the expensing is such a big deal. You have a business, you're allowed to deduct it immediately as opposed to over 38 years and other things. And to me, that's one. We had the best economy in the history of our country in my first term, and we're blowing it out now. We're blowing it away now. And despite our little diversion, Despite our little diversion to the lovely country of Iran, lovely place, but we had to do that because otherwise bad things could happen, really bad things. So we've sent out, and I think you're going to see some incredible results, you know, for those people that question it. You're going to see some, the job we've done has been amazing. The ships are out there today and they're saying, don't come here, don't even think about it. And you have these massive tankers saying, let's get the hell out of here. It's amazing. It's amazing. But we've sent out $30 billion more in refunds than at the same time last year. And employers who adjust their withholding levels now will see an immediate surge in their take-home pay for the remainder of 2026. You're going to see a big surge. The numbers are really tremendous, and that's why I'm out here. If they were bad, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be sitting home watching television, I think. We can never forget that every single radical left Democrat in Congress voted to deny the American people these life-saving changes. They voted for tax increases. They wanted your taxes to go up. I've never seen it before. You know, all my life, I've been sort of always interested in politics. Never did it before. I decided to do it a little while ago, not too long. But I've never seen it before. It always was, I'd watch politicians for 30 years, 40 years. We will lower your taxes. We will lower your taxes. These are the only people, the Democrats now, the modern day Democrats. We will raise your taxes. And I just don't think it's winnable. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little old fashioned, I guess. But they voted for the largest tax hike in history. The Democrats just voted for the largest tax hike in history.
That's a quick question. Would that be like a tax hike on, like, I don't know, the richest people in this fucking country that are robbing us blind that should pay more? I don't know how to say this, but like, I personally, this is going to be maybe too radical left, but I don't think making sure that the billionaire gets one more super yacht, mega yacht, is more important than making sure people can afford groceries. You know, crazy, right? Crazy to think that. Crazy to consider that maybe, just maybe, the average American's life is more important than the mega billionaire using their money to buy some more garbage that they don't need, that isn't useful, bro.
Democrats in Congress caused this, you know, the inflation, the fake news gets on me. You know, I have to be very accurate when I speak because they'll say, he's exaggerated. So the real number is 48 years. That inflation's the highest in 48 years. I don't believe that. I think it's the highest in history. But they say, he said history, and they say, but I'm okay with 48 years. 48 years is long enough. What do you think? But the real number they say is 48 years. I believe it's the highest inflation, and they caused it. And they then wanted to raise your tax. So their tax raise that they wanted was more than $5 trillion, which to each person is probably about $4,000 or $5,000. And they wanted to raise your taxes. The great big beautiful bill also slashed taxes on.
Did you guys see that post from, like, it was some random puck that was like, won't someone please think of the mega wealthy and how this pied-à-terre tax will impact them? Did you guys see the post that I'm talking about? I want to find it. That's what this feels like. Like, actually, you really cannot make me care that the mega rich are buying multiple properties and now they have to pay a little bit more. This one. Here's a $5.9 million condo in Manhattan. Already, we're just off to a great start on this post. It'll be bought by someone Mamdani/Hochul claim isn't paying their fair share. They'll pay $132,000 mansion tax at closing. Okay, so a one-time fee. Then they'll pay $5,200 a month in property taxes. I mean, it's a $6 million property in Manhattan. Yeah, I sure hope that's the property tax. Mamdani and Hochul will now add another tax to this bill. I only have one thing to tell you, man. Just one thing, really quickly. Just really quickly. Won't someone please think of the want to buy a second home in Manhattan for $6 million. They already have to pay $5K a month. And you want to raise that number. Please. Are we serious? Now you got to hit him with the 2 for flinching tax. I literally don't care. I literally don't care. You literally could not make me care. Have they considered not buying that home? I don't care. Don't buy it.
Like, at all. Because her camera is so fucking big, and it bothers me.
It's so true. Contra, thank you for the 10 gift subs. Thank you. Thank you for the gifties. You have brought me one step closer to being someone that gets to have a $5.9 million condo.
The rolls are gone, people.
Behind, thank you for the 20 gift subs. Because if we get like a few more gift subs, I get to be this person, all right? I will buy a $5.9 million condo in Manhattan, and then I will start complaining about how I have to pay so in taxes. So sad. Also, buying a galley kitchen in any state, in any country, when you're a literal mega millionaire, multimillionaire, or a billionaire, you deserve to get taxed even more. You deserve it. You deserve to get taxed at like 100%. All right? Okay? I'm sorry. I'm saying it. I'm a galley kitchen hater. If you are a multimillionaire, why are you buying a galley kitchen, dude? You are sickening. You are actually sickening. The person who buys that is not going to be using the kitchen. Yeah, but you still have to walk into the kitchen. If you're hosting, for example, even if you have like your fucking personal servants cooking everything, you still have to walk through the kitchen sometimes. The fuck is a galley kitchen? This. A long, narrow, high-efficiency workspace featuring 2 parallel counters forming a central walkthrough. This is a galley kitchen. Here's a different example. As someone who's had galley kitchens, it's so demonic. It's so demonic. Actually, like, awful experience. And I do judge rich people for choosing this shit. You are sick fuck. You are actually that makes me claustrophobic. God forbid you ever have one other person. Ever. Honestly, it's too small for one person, but God forbid you have ever more than one person. Like, just, no. They don't go in there, though. They make the servants work in it. Again, like I said, but you still have to walk through there sometimes. You still have to go and wash your hands before you're going to eat food. If you're hosting and there's a bunch of food out, you still have to go in there to get stuff. Yeah, you don't have to work in it, but you still have to walk in it, which is still ass. In the kitchen, rich people choose this. Yes. My girlfriend's apartment actually has a galley kitchen, but it's wide enough for both of us to cook in it. But yeah, some are really tight. Yeah, I mean, I think if it's wide, there are some that are pretty wide, then you're good. You're good. But some of them are like, there's not even enough space for one human being. Anyways, sorry to be a hater on this topic. I can't. I dislike this type of kitchen so badly. The rules are that if a servant gets seen, they get fired. Stop. Stop. Don't say that. God. Anyways, yeah, that I accidentally closed it. Hold on. Won't someone think of the people buying a $5.9 million second home in Midtown? Please, won't someone please think of this? Oh my God. I'm sorry. I care about people who are struggling to live. I don't have enough energy to give a shit about someone who has not only enough money to buy one home, but to buy an expensive home and then enough money to buy a second expensive home. I literally don't care. I don't care. If you can do that, you are not having enough. You are not being taxed enough. All right. Rich people problems, bro.
Millions of American small businesses, including restaurants, dry cleaners, corner stores. What is a corner store? I've never heard that term. I know what a corner store is, but I've never heard it described. A corner store. Who the hell wrote that?
Chad, this is how you know that Trump is a fake New Yorker, by the way.
Please. And more. As of today, over 12 million small business flyers have
I will
paid
tell you guys, I'm proud to say this. I'm not embarrassed about this. I am not so ego driven that I won't say it. New Yorkers love to be like, dude, in no other state could you get a sandwich. No other city has this. Like they love to do that, okay? They love I am one of them. They love to do that. All right? Too true. Yeah, it's like, in what other city can you go to a bodega and the guy makes you an egg, cheese, and ham? In what other city can you get this? In what other city can you get this? In what other city can you get a bagel? All right. New Yorkers love to talk about their corner stores. They love to talk about their bodegas as if no other city has ever had sandwiches made in stores. Literally every city. Yeah. Only the Big Apple has this. It's like, that's literally not true. I think secretly all New Yorkers know that, but I think we all have like a collective agreement to pretend like no other city has it. Is Wawa a bodega? I don't think so. Wawa's a gas station. It's just a New York thing. You wouldn't get it. Oh, it's in every city? You wouldn't get it. All right? I went to another city once. Listen, I took the PATH train once, and you know what? Totally different. It sucked. Like, bro, you left like 2 miles out of New York City. I don't know that counts, bro. Also, it's Jersey, man. Like, come on. I went to Hoboken, and it was pretty dog shit. Yeah, because it's Hoboken. Oh, Jesus Christ. New York is the only place you can get a pizza. New Yorkers love to do that. Source, I am a New Yorker, and I love to do that. At this point, I think part of it is also like rage bait. It's like if I see someone isn't falling for it, I kind of want to like double and triple down because it's kind of fun to rage bait non-New Yorkers. Like, yeah, you have what is it? 7-Eleven. Ooh, which like low key true, honestly, genuinely. Sorry, 7-Elevens are like. I know it doesn't meet the technical definition for a liminal space, but it feels like one. They're very like this is such a deep fried meme. SpongeBob just took 40 Benadryl. Does anyone know what that meme? You guys, some of you have to know.
Denims is streaming.
Oh hell nah. SpongeBob took 40 Benadryl. This one. This image is like, it's seared into my retinas. And let me say, this is exactly how it feels to walk into a 7-Eleven. I don't know about other countries. I've seen many videos about how great the Japanese 7-Elevens are, but I cannot comment. I will say, this is genuinely the experience of every 7-Eleven that I've been in the United States. In lots of different states, it always feels like this, especially if it's nighttime. It's like, sorry, the continental United States. 7-Eleven in Hawaii is actually pretty good. Okay. Well, I'm just speaking about continental United States, all right? 7-Eleven in the US is not okay, especially in the Midwest. It's very scary. It's a very scary experience. Like, the best experience you'll get at a 7-Eleven is like someone being like, hey, can you buy me some beers? It's like, yeah. Yeah, sure, why not? And the worst experience is like you watch someone get killed. Okay. Just walk quickly, try not to make eye contact. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. I saw a guy with a pet raccoon in the store last week at a 7-Eleven. I've been to the renovating of the 7-Elevens in New York. They're a lot better now, very clean. It's literally my job to visit 400 New York 7-Eleven stores. What is your job exactly? You're actively in the store trying to get a Slurpee and the store is getting robbed. Yeah, the average experience is closer to that, where it's like someone comes and robs the store and you're like, can I just pay for the Slurpee really quickly, man? I got a place to be. And the guy robbing the store is like, oh yeah, go for it. And the cashier's like, $2.11. and you're like, the card reader's not working. Just give me the card. Okay, you're good. Give me all the money in the cash jar. And then you're like, I'm just going to go now. All right, bye. Like, that's like the average 7-Eleven feeling. Just hand it to the robber. Yeah. All right, continuing. Gigi, thank you so much for the 5 gifties. Monarch, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Flocky, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't see these. Thank you guys so much. Eve Hypo, thank you so much for the 29. Diego's friends, thank you for the 35 months. Thank you. I used to work at a 7-Eleven. A guy's leg exploded in the parking lot on Labor Day weekend, and my manager wouldn't answer the phone. When you say exploded. I also like that you called, you called the manager and not 911. This is what working at 7-Eleven does to a motherfucker, bro. Okay, that's what happens. Manager's like, the fuck you want me to do about it? Closes the phone.
Nearly $7,000 less in taxes. So on average, your small businesses are paid about $7,000 less. That's a lot for a small business. In large part, thanks to our cuts today, the economy is booming. Our economy is booming. You know, you don't read about it. You don't see it so much because of what's going on in Iran, which is really, you know, it's been 2 months. I mean, 2 months. You've been in other wars for 18 years, 4 years with me. I'm in there for a month. Well, he said he'd get out a month. Did you see where I did a list last week? 17 years in Vietnam and 5 years in Afghanistan and more, much more than that, and all these different places. And I said, we were in there for 2 months. And you know what? We're going to have victory very shortly. This is not... And against a very tough, smart country. These people were fighters. And, you know, I don't want to claim it before the fact, but they have no Navy left. 158 ships at the bottom of the sea. 158, think of it. 158. I got...
Sorry for the mobile viewers. I know you'll see this eventually, but for this chat message was sending me. Work at a 7-Eleven. I do work at a hotel. Sometimes we get this dude that likes to carry a hatchet around and scare people with it. We just call him Hatchet Man. Hi, lesbians in chat. I'm single. Average Denims shatter.
Angry. I said, why didn't you save him? We could have used him, you know. They would rather shoot him than save him. I said, what the hell? It's only money. But some of them were good. They had one named the Soleimani. You know what the Soleimani? We took him out. He was the worst, one of the worst terrorists in the history of this country, this world. They killed many of our people. Many of our people have been killed. When you see a young soldier mostly going around without legs, without arms, with their faces so badly injured, it was Soleimani that did that. The roadside bombs, they were just terrible. He was the father of the roadside bomb. We killed him. And that had a big impact on Iran. Because he was, I think it maybe would be a different story if he were around. I mean, he was a horrible person, a horrible human being. He was a mad genius, but it probably would have been more difficult. We still would have won by fast, but it would have been not probably as fast as it has gone. In the report released last week, core inflation was down to the lowest level in 5 years. And very shortly, we're going to be probably 8 or 9 years. Don't forget, we're having some fake inflation because of the fuel, the energy prices, which everybody said was going to $250. We were talking about that, Scott. They said $250, $300. I mean, today, what was it? It finished at $89 or $90, right? And that's in the war. You know, we haven't settled yet. Maybe we won't, but I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. But think of that, how well we're doing, and we have this. A lot of people thought that inflation would be through the roof. and the stock market would crash. Well, we just hit an all-time new stock market. So it's amazing.
Isn't the Dow down?
I had people. We have consultants, great guys that we both know, we see, and they're very
The Dow is not at 50 anymore. I don't know what to say. We have not hit, we're approaching 50. We are not at 50.
talented. Sir, if you do this, fuel is going to go to $300 a barrel, right? One guy in particular who we like a lot. But I said, I don't think so. I think we're going to be good. We always find a way. You got to find a way. But, sir, don't do it, sir. $300 a barrel. It's going to be a wild thing. It's going to be horrible. The depression is going to happen. Well, it's not going to happen because we just hit a brand new all-time high. Then fuel's at 89. It's actually a lot lower than that in a lot of areas. So, but let's not get away from, let's see what happens over the next week or so. I think you're going to be very impressed. And if you are, vote for the Republicans in the midterms, okay? But
are you guys having a good time yet? Is everyone having a good time? Yes. Now that nothing in life has gotten better and things have only gotten worse, I'm thinking we should vote Republican again.
But the king of Saudi Arabia, a very smart guy, invested $2 trillion. We have Qatar, we have UAE, Saudi Arabia. The king of Saudi Arabia, they invested trillions of dollars in our country. And he said to me a year and a half ago, I was with him, he said, 2 years ago, you were a dead country. Everyone thought America was finished. We were a laughingstock with a president that couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. He was so horrible. It's not even funny. It's like he was horrible. He allowed 25 million people into the country, totally unvetted and unchecked. And, that's a tough, we're still getting them out. And we had 11,888 murderers, 50% of whom murdered more than one people. Let into our country. They emptied their jails into America. But the king said, 2 years ago, you were a dead country. And now you're the hottest country anywhere in the world. Look at us. We're the hottest country in the world. So, pretty good, right? So, to talk more about these incredible things that are happening, I'm going to ask really a respected guy, a great guy, too. He's difficult. This guy. He's difficult, but he's great. And when he speaks, the whole market gets soothed. When I speak, the market goes a little jittery. And they say, Scott, go out there, clean it up for me, Scott. But no, he's a fantastic guy. And Scott, you're going to say a few words. And then we're going to hear from a few of the people, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Officer, Cruz Littlefield.
Okay, that's enough. Oh, Denims, you could be playing RE2 right now. That's true. That is true. That's so true. Oh my God, dude. I like how every single Trump speech and every single Trump hearing is just... Sorry, occasionally he loses his shit and he says things he's not supposed to say, but then the majority of the time when he's speaking, it's just literally the same exact, and I knew a guy once and he was excellent, and I spoke to this other guy once and he was excellent too, and I don't know if you've seen, we're doing good, we're doing really well, we're the best we've ever been, and unlike the people before me, which were terrible, which were always terrible. Oh my God.